Hello, everyone. We're here with something new, right, Will?
Yes, I am trepidatious.
Go ahead and let it play. Uh, We're here with a 2003 Nintendo game. Once dragons and men coexisted, and that's all we need to help. Go ahead and hit start, because we're playing Fire Emblem. Okay, brief pause. Hey guys, this is Chris and Will. Say hi, Will.
Hi.
This is a little bit into the editing process because we found out when we went to edit when Will because
Yeah.
I do not have access to the editing stuff right now. When Will went to edit this, that the footage we captured the first time for Fire Emblem did not record right. So we had all this audio and no footage, and we really did not want to again go over the whole thing because we had some really good dialogue and banter that first time around, and really, that first time explaining some of these game mechanics to Will is not that good when we're doing it the second time around.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if we were just podcasting over gameplay and didn't have to explain mechanics, that's fine, but trying to explain things, so Will took it upon himself to painstakingly attempt to the best of his ability to recreate the footage that we lost in another playthrough of what we did, which there's going to be some discrepancies. There's elements of randomness. A unit might get a crit in our original thing, and we talk about, ooh, a crit, and then the unit on screen is not getting a crit. The level ups might be different. There's going to be minor discrepancies. We'll figure out which save we're going to use whenever we resume for it. But
The number one thing you will notice is that the audio doesn't completely match. The game audio will not match what's going on screen sometimes. I did my best to match it up.
There's going to be some mismatching of things. We ask you guys, sorry about it. We'll do better. And then everything will be fine with... We had prologue, we did chapter 1 and chapter 2. Everything will be perfectly hunky-dory on chapter 3 again.
Yep, everything will be better once we get to the third episode. The first 2 episodes won't be that good. Well, they'll be good, but the audio and video won't be completely matched.
Yeah, there's going to be some desync and some weird stuff, but best we could do besides just, throwing in the bin and re-recording it all. But if you require video proof of that's not always the best thing, I could link you to some episodes of 2 guys who, even when they were just podcasting over a video, they had certain topics, and that meant that they're discussing these topics for the second time, so they're just bored out of their mind, and it's not natural.
Right. But anyway, let's get back into the episode.
I'm forcing Will to play Fire Emblem for me. For those who don't know, it's yes, the little class reel. Horses don't jump like that.
Sure they do. Don't you see it doing it?
But yeah, you can go ahead and hit start. And it'll just bring us back to the title screen, hit start again. But yeah, old turn-based strategy game. Series went back. This is Fire Emblem Blazing Sword, though the thing will just say Fire Emblem, as this was the first one released in America. This was the first one that had a Western release, which I knew about from a very old commercial that I'm probably going to have Will insert right here.
The drums of war are waiting. No man can be trusted. What happened to Dorka? For poisoning his mother.
Build an army. Trust nobody. Fire Emblem. Only on Game Boy Advance.
Okay.
However, since he'll be doing that in editing, I get to make all sorts of poisoned mutton jokes, and he don't know what I'm talking about till after he starts editing these episodes.
Yep.
So go ahead and hit new game.
New game.
All right, and if you want to look through these 3 characters real quick, these are going to be our, main characters. But if we want to start there, Lynn is the one most things start on. If you do normal, she'll have a tutorial. You don't have to do normal. I'm forcing you to do hard, because you don't need the tutorials. You have me.
Oh boy. I'm kind of feeling Roy here, just because of Smash Brothers. Or should I go with Lynn?
How about now?
Yes, now I can hear you.
Okay. We apologize, folks, for the technical difficulties.
Alright, so...
We should be back.
Could you hear me?
No.
Okay, so I was saying that unless you want me to play Lynn, I'm interested in playing Roy just because of Smash Brothers, and I'm not interested in playing Hector because I don't want to ask people questions.
That is not Roy.
Totally Roy.
That's Roy's dad.
It's totally Roy.
That's Roy's dad.
Exactly, like you said, it's Roy.
It's not Roy. Honestly, Lynn is an easier side story for me to introduce certain mechanics to you in. And again, it'll make the next part of the game a little bit easier on you.
Okay.
So, Lynn hard mode.
With Lynn.
Prologue, a girl from the plains. Enter information! Yes, let's do it.
Okay.
It can only benefit you, from what I know.
Well, do we want
Mark is the generic name. We can go with Krill or Will or whatever. It honestly doesn't matter if you want to call it Will. Not much changes. This mostly just serves to have certain story bits be directed at a character instead of, off to the void. And I believe there might be some 1 or 2 minor other things it does. I can't remember over much, but just do Will.
Oh, fine.
Will's an actual name.
Birth month. When do we want to have been born?
Up to you. What's your actual birth month?
Well, do we want to spread that online here?
I mean, does it matter?
Well, yeah. You shouldn't really spread information like that.
People celebrate their birthdays on streams all the time.
Okay. Well, fine then. Male gender. Okay, I'm ready.
Yeah, gender doesn't do much other than be like, well, what are you? Besides, it's not like people know the day.
Mm-hmm.
Or the year. Or your social security number.
Or my mother's maiden name.
Yeah.
Are you awake?
Are you awake?
No, I'm totally asleep right now. Hard day at work. I'm definitely sleeping.
Oh, look, it's a person.
Oh, so it's the person who accompanies you. Okay.
She found you unconscious on the plains. Will, why are you sleeping? She is Lynn of the
It's
Warp
a
Tide.
secret.
You can remember your name. Your name is Will. What an odd-sounding name.
Could have been weirder.
It's a good name. Traveler, what brings you to the plains? Will you share your story with me? What was that noise? Well, that was probably the voices in your head. As you have Will here, and Will can talk, and I'm the voice in his head.
Oh no.
Oh no! Bandits! Oh
Bandits!
no! Bandits!
Let me
I
at 'em.
haven't played this in forever.
Let
In
me
the
at
Burning
'em.
Mountains. Planning on raiding the local villages. She has to stop them. She's a superhero.
Why do you have to stop them? Aren't
be
there
safe
police
with
you
me.
can call? Let them handle it. It's their job.
Not in this day and age. Oh, well, you can't use a weapon, but you're a strategist by trade.
I
That
agree
is a
with
very
you.
odd
That is a very odd profession.
Odd profession. I go around and tell people what to do. I sell my tactics. Very well. We'll go together.
Basically, I'm gonna just tell her what to do.
Yes. There's you. In the green. She'll protect you.
Oh, this
Alright.
whole thing is the map. Okay.
If you want to move off of her for a second and hit A.
Hit A.
Options. We can do some things. You can turn animation onto 2,
Okay.
which makes it a little more easier. And then yes, turn game speed and text speed up to fast. We want fast, not max, because max is auto. But yeah, so if we want to look through these, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, these are all fine. I mean, unless you want a different thing other than blue, but there's not many options.
I'm good.
But yeah, so if you want to... Yeah. Okay, so unit just pulls up a list of all the units we have command of. If you hit status real quick, that just shows you this screen. Has your playtime, number of enemy and player units. Make sure you know your objective, what turn it is, how much money you have, who the enemy commander is when you go over it. He's Bata.
Okay.
Then you know which the L and R buttons are, right?
Yes.
They're the ones right above. So if you go over our unit and hit R,
Oh, R, not L.
this is Lynn. Lynn is a lord.
Wow. And
So-
she has no troops. No one to protect her. And yet she's gotta protect me, a random stranger.
Well, she has swords. She is skilled. Well, she has a sword. And vulneraries. So, a lot, for the viewers, a lot of this is going to be me explaining things. Because Will has never played one. So, each of these skills does various different things. Strength, I think, is self-evident.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you scroll over a bit
Scroll?
on one of the other... Well, normally when you press up and down, you'll be able to
Right.
go to
See
other
other
units
people,
in the
yeah.
army. If you hit R, it can give you a bit of a detailed thing on certain things. Strength, a higher
There we
number,
go.
more damage you inflict. Higher improves the unit's hit percentage. Skill also affects critical hits.
Got it. Random
Effects
crits?
with evade, like it says, evasion and attacks. It higher your speed, the more dodgy you are. But if you outspeed your enemy, you can also strike twice. Double attack. Luck, yes, it's just a bunch of little minor things.
Right.
If you get attacked by a physical weapon, which are swords, axes, lances, and bows. You resist with your defense. You resist with your resistance against magic. How many spaces you can move.
Okay.
Constitution is weird. And I'll explain it when you look at something else.
Okay.
So you can rescue other units when you have things, and if your aid is higher than their con, rescue them, which basically means you pull them into your tile and they can't be attacked, but you take slightly reduced stats, I believe.
Okay.
You have a name of a person if you're carrying them. Elemental Affinity does stuff with supports and other things, which, like, had you chosen a Wind Affinity, she would get slight boosts to your stats for you being a tactician with the Wind Affinity. Instead, you have the Anima. Like, if they're poisoned,
Yeah, I figured that.
it doesn't come up much. Then yeah. Vulneraries are healing items. They heal 10 HP. But yes, go over your sword there. So, this is where certain things come into play, because you can also notice your equipment stats there. Range 1 means you can only attack a person next to you.
Mm-hmm.
Has a 3% crit rate, which the enemy can have things to, avoid crits.
Wait,
I think it's part of that. Yes.
I see a 1, 5, 5, 90, and a 0.
No, I'm talking in the equipment panel at the bottom there.
Oh, I see it now. Okay.
Because of your skill and luck and all that combined with that weapon equipped, you have a 3% crit rate. The enemy has things to help avoid crits. So 3% really isn't enough to get anything. The sword itself has 90 hit. That paired with stuff in your skill means you have 106 hit rate there at the bottom there.
Right.
Avoid, I believe avoid in this game it's not crit avoid, it's your chances to be dodged. So like if you go over an enemy, hit B and go over an enemy.
Right.
The attack thing there is just how much damage you deal before their defense. But so they have a 77 hit. We have a 43 avoid. So their actual hit will be 77 minus 43.
Okay.
This screen is very helpful because again, they deal this one would deal 13 damage. We have 2 defense. We take 11 damage if they hit.
Yeah, and we have 16 health.
Yep. But they only have a 30-some% chance of hitting us. And this specific game, it doesn't tell you this. Because this is a hidden behind-the-scenes thing. Numbers above 50 are actually slightly more able to hit than numbers below 50. Because of the way it does random number generation. It doesn't just roll a number and do it. I believe, don't quote me on this, it either like rolls 2 and takes a certain one, or it rolls 2 and then takes the average. And that kind of curves it out. It makes things above 50%, which is generally what you're going to have, more likely to hit, and things below 50%, which are things a lot of enemies will have, less likely to hit. So it kind of cheats a little bit in your favor.
Right, okay. Now this guy has
go
a
back
little
over.
shield next to him.
That denotes that he's the boss of the chapter.
Got it. You said go back over this guy?
No, back over Lynn, our character.
Okay.
But go back into her stat screen. If you go over the weapon stats again, like I said, our strength plus the weapon's might is our attack, hit rate, yada yada yada. But you see that weight stat.
Mm-hmm.
Like I mentioned, when you do combat, you can double attack. That is, what that means is that you get to strike twice, and if you attack an opponent and you can double attack, you'll attack once, they'll attack, then you get another strike. Because of that, speed can be a very important stat.
Right.
I'll probably send you a thing later when we discuss it, but when you have in this game, your speed can be reduced by your weapon's weight. So if you go back over to her regular stats, remember that this has a weight of 5. She has a con of 5. That means the iron sword does not impact her speed at all. It means we get to go into fighting with our full 9 speed for double attacking.
Okay.
Whereas if you go over the enemy who uses an axe, that's generally in these games a heavier weapon.
Mm-hmm.
He has a con of 12, and if you look at the axe, it weighs how much? 10. So he would not be reduced. If he had a steel axe, which I believe is a lot heavier, he would be. But he himself does not have that good of speed. He only has 2. I can't remember the exact number needed to outspeed. I can look it up very easily while we're doing this. But there is an exact number you need faster to outspeed. But go ahead and select our unit, hit A. There's your movement range. You can move anywhere within that range. Red denoting spots you can attack.
Got it. Okay.
So at this point, we just got to move closer.
Wait.
Then wait.
Enemy phase. Ah! That's an enemy. Let's close in and attack. Yes.
Like she said.
Alright, so I have to select her again. And now
Then move somewhere next. Move somewhere next to an enemy.
Attack!
then attack. You
Use
then
that.
pick your weapon, and here's the combat forecast.
Combat
So?
forecast.
Shows current HP. Might is the damage either side will deal. Hit rate is, again, the hit rates. He has 39. We have 100. So we are guaranteed to hit. And then, again, we have that 3% crit rate. And
Oh.
displays this.
I love this animation.
Miss.
We got to double attack there.
Yep.
And then the enemy
Now it's his enemy phase.
decided to move.
Oh, he hit us.
Uh-oh. That was lots
But-
of damage.
He deals 10 damage, and we have 6 uses of items that heal 10. And our objective is to seize the gate that the boss is sitting on. So I'd say we move closer and heal.
Item! Vulnerary!
Vulnerary.
Vulnerary!
It's not a magic spell.
Vulnerary!
That sounds like a Pokemon. Sounds like Bunary. But yeah.
Attack. Who do you
Ooh.
think you are?
Ooh, dangerous, Will.
I am a strategist,
Ooh.
that's what I am.
You think you can stand up to Bata the Beast?
I'm gonna be a beast tamer, that's what I'm gonna do.
Ooh,
He hit.
dangerous, Will. Dangerous, Will. Because now it's his turn.
Uh-oh.
And because he is on a gate, he gets a little bit of healing.
Miss!
Miss.
Yay! Double hit for me. Okay.
And honestly, probably seems worth it to just heal, and then on his turn he'll attack because he wants to kill us.
Alright, so... Item?
Well, actually, how much health does he have?
He only has 3.
Yeah, we can just kill him. Because we have 100% hit rate.
Yep.
Oh wait, no we don't. We have 93, but...
Good enough. How did
What?
you...
How did you?
Dude,
And we get a level up!
yay. Dude, we're a player character. Of course we're gonna beat you.
Ooh! Ooh!
'Cause
Beginner's
Seth-
luck. I call beginner's luck.
What?
Go ahead and look at her stats.
I missed it.
So, when you level up, based on percentages, I'll probably send you percentages of characters we meet, and you can display them in a little pop-up. Characters have growth rates, which is when you level up, the percentage for a stat to grow.
Okay, basically like how normal Pokemon do it.
No, because Pokemon do it based on, like, you know, EVs and this. It's just,
Mhm.
this is just straight percentages. Like, a Pokemon has certain
Well,
stats
no,
that are like...
What I mean is, taking away those EVs, just how much they usually gain per level. That's all.
I mean, that's not... Like, they gain stats. It's not random in Pokemon.
Yeah.
It's all based on different calculations. This is random. So things can have different chances. As we're talking, I'm pulling up what her growth rates are. We'll go ahead and talk about stuff here. She... For beginners, she can be a good unit. She's not... I'll just straight up say it. Like, when it comes to, like, efficient playthroughs, she's not the best, but we're not doing an uber efficient playthrough. This is your first time getting to play. So we
Right.
get to use who you like to use. And if you end up liking to use Lynn, well, there's ways to use her. But these different growth rates generally tend themselves towards certain things, which means that characters have things they're good at and things they're bad at. Can you pick out something you think is her good spots and bad spots?
High speed, low health. Or at least
High
high speed, low
speed.
strength.
High speed, low strength, so can be an issue, but also frail. So, her growth rates as percentages, HP is a 70%. So each level up that has a 70% chance to gain a point.
Okay.
That's a fairly decent one. Her strength has a 40% chance, which, given most things, is honestly fairly good.
Mm-hmm.
It's not low. It equates to an average of about 1 point per 3 levels. So slow, but not bad. Skill is 60%, along with her speed of 60%, as you see. We had a speed of 9, now we have a speed of 10. Sorry guys, brief jump cut. We had some storms around here recently that are wreaking havoc with our connection to each other. But, again, she's very frail. She only has a 20% chance to gain a defense point and a 30% chance to gain a resistance point. And we gained one of both. This doesn't suddenly make her tanky, but every little helps.
Yep.
And yeah, go ahead and go onto the gate. And seize, we win.
Seize!
Good work, Will. She's already welcomed you into her home. And you slept there.
Again.
Well, the first time you were passed out.
She wants to talk. Yes, and the ways of war. Sure? Aren't you a lord? Didn't you say she was a lord?
It's a class, but her parents were killed.
Oh, that explains it.
Her parents were the chieftains of or the chieftain and chieftainess of their tribe, as she's telling you now.
Okay. And instead of trying to lead, she's gonna follow.
Well,
Great.
to some extent.
Taught you something. Yep.
She
Very
will
true.
become stronger by sitting here alone. And off traveling on adventures.
Oh my gosh, this feels like so much of an isekai right now.
I mean, a little. It's much worse in a lot of the newer Fire Emblems, where your avatar, where you create a character as like an avatar that is literally a usable, playable unit, and they're generally busted.
Oh wow! So
Yeah.
it goes to the main menu each chapter?
Well, go ahead and click save.
Oh, wait.
Click on our save file.
Got it.
Hit save. We've advanced to the next chapter.
Okay.
It saved your data so you don't lose it after you beat the chapter.
Okay.
The apprentice tactician Will and the young sword fighter Lin. A strange pair on an even stranger journey. To prepare for the long road ahead, they go to Bulgar, the commercial center of Sakai.
Sounds vulgar.
Sakai being... You're vulgar.
I know.
Unbeknownst to Lin, she will discover something that will alter her life forever. Who dat?
Oh no.
Dudes on horses. It's dudes on horses.
Footsteps. Not fate.
Footsteps. Fate. Please be gentle, Fate. Don't take very large footsteps. You have a very big footprint. Well, over here. This is Bulgar, the biggest city in all... I'm not doing voices, and we're not overly going to read all this out, though.
Yep.
Will should be reading it, and hopefully people can follow along.
Yeah, I'm...
Ooh, someone off screen. I want you to voice act this guy.
Wait. A beauteous one. Oh,
beauteous.
one. Would you not favor me with your name, or better yet, your company? Where are you from, Sir Knight, that you speak so freely to a stranger? Ha! I thought you'd never ask. I am from... Lycia?
Lycia, wherever.
I'm from this
know the
place.
official pronunciation.
I hail from the Kalen Canton, home to men of passion and fire! Shouldn't that be home to callow oafs with loose tongues? Ooh, you're even lovely when you're cruel.
This character's dialogue just seems so not you. That's why I felt like forcing you to say it.
Okay. Wait, please! Sane, hold your tongue!
Sane, hold your tongue.
Ah, Kent, my boon companion, why so severe in expression? If your matter were more serious, I wouldn't have to be so severe. We still have a mission to complete, Sane. I know that, but how could I remain silent in the presence of such beauty? It would have been discourteous. What do you know of courtesy? Excuse me, you're blocking the road. If you would be so kind as to move your horses. Of course, my apologies. Thank you. You at least seem honorable enough. Pardon me, but I feel we've met before. I beg your pardon? Hey, no fair, Kent. I saw her first.
Are they both just hitting on her?
Well, she doesn't seem to like it. Wait, please, it's not like that. Saying you lout. Oh, not like that. I thought you were... I am not you!
Not you!
Come, we must follow her. I suspect she might be... Be what? She's our mission? You're joking. Wait!
Oh no, are they going to try to kill us?
Run, we're being pursued.
Ah, this music.
Oh, these guys. Okay, new guys.
What's that? Her full name is apparently Lindis. Most people don't know that.
Ah, okay. Ah, it's an ambush! Huh? Wait, oh, that's who said it. Wow, okay. She's stronger than you think, guys.
I mean, yes, but he's...
Exactly, this is her fight. Let her take care of it.
But she also admits that that's more than she can handle.
And he immediately says for me to command them. Well,
Yep.
okay then.
Well, I mean, you're basically standing there just like, I don't have any obvious weapons. What the hell am I gonna do?
I'm a mage, that's what
All
I
right.
do. Alright, so
Yeah.
there's
New enemies.
the big guy.
Zugu. And a bunch of other bandits.
Okay, it doesn't
They're
seem-
not too tough.
No.
But if you look over Zugu, I think he has better equipment than normal.
But we're gonna go over that in the next episode because we are out of time. So thank you all for joining us for some Fire Emblem. We will be back in the next episode to continue this fight and continue onward.